Hello, this is Melissa Brown, your soul love coach. And we got a little something different for you on today. I am bringing you one of my favorite people on the planet. He's actually my favorite son because he's my only son, Nate Brown. Many of you have heard me talk about him and his ups and downs in basketball life. And we were just kind of chatting and together talked about wouldn't it be kind of cool if we did something together, Mom? That's what he said to me. And so, I was all for it. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about what it means for you to pursue your purpose and what that looks like, some of the obstacles that may come up. But let me let you hear his voice. Let's welcome him to the room.
How y'all doing? But I just wanted to come on here to just talk to you guys and just tell you guys my story and really how I got here. Well, I'm 16 years old now. I first started playing basketball when I was in eighth grade. And I started playing it because when I first saw Kobe and just went to the court just to play by myself, I just fell in love with the game from there. And then learning from Kobe, the hard work, the dedication to where he got, and just the process, I just loved it. So that's why I've been playing basketball and just sticking with it ever since eighth grade. And I've been at it for like, well, 3 years now, almost close to 4 years, but just the process that I love. And I've really learned a lot on the journey. And I just wanted to come on and share some stuff that maybe you guys could learn from.
Let me ask you a question about that, Nate, because, we're in Texas and there's so many people who have been playing basketball or whatever sport they're into. They start really young. And I mean, you're not a new athlete. You spent a lot of time playing football, but like you said, you kind of started falling in love with basketball around eighth grade
Yes.
and wanted to give that a try. How did you, I guess, you know, looking at other people who have been playing basketball since they were maybe 5 or 6 years old? And so I would imagine that by the time you really wanted to take it seriously, their skill level was greater than yours.
Yes.
How did you kind of get yourself through that gap?
Just seeing everybody better than me, I was thinking, can I really get to them? But then I learned following Kobe that he started playing basketball later too. And it doesn't matter how soon or how late you start, your goals are never out of reach. And that's what I've learned because I've made so much growth from just that small period of time and more growth to come. I could barely jump off the ground. I was like big, a little chubby, and I could barely even make a layup to now being ranked number 96 out of the whole state of Texas, according to
Woo
Gasso.
woo! Mama is proud of that. And let me just say, you was out there doing your best.
Sometimes your best is your best. And she's right. You're never trash when you're giving your best. You're only trash when you just think that you're trash. Your best is always your best. But I wanted to say that I've learned something really important in this journey from becoming someone who just made goals just to see if I could achieve them to now actually achieving them and crossing them off the paper just is a feeling that I can't even compare. Because from eighth grade, if I really asked myself from now to eighth grade, did you think you were gonna even reach majority of your goals? My younger self would have actually said yes. And that's because I set those goals because I wanted to achieve them. And if I wanted to do something, there's no overthinking. There's no what if this happens? There's no say so in it. I wanted to do it, so I'm gonna do anything to achieve it. So that was my mindset to all the goals that I set. And that's why I've just learned so much, not even about basketball, but about life and just
Mm,
purpose and just figuring out yourself and the battles that you face in just the everyday life. So that's what I've
yeah.
learned.
Um, Now I know because I'm your mom and I've kind of watched you go through the ups and the downs. I've watched you, when you did question whether or not you would make it or, you know, and let me just say, we all know kids can be cruel and there's a lot of trash talking on the court and so, can you say a little something about how you didn't give up, or what did you have to say to yourself to keep going, especially if your peers were, trash talking or you're not going to make it and you can't play? And and it may have looked that way from the scoreboard if you weren't scoring points or you could barely do a layup like you said when you first started. How did you keep yourself going when so many people around you were doubting you?
Well, let me just say this. I'm gonna tell them what I told you earlier. When you set something for yourself, you have to cancel out everything that anybody or anything does to try to stop you from reaching it. And I'm not saying be selfish or I'm not saying like only care about yourself, but put yourself first. Because when you put yourself first, you don't even worry about what people are saying. So I'm gonna say this: shout out for this EYBL team, this big circuit team, and then I ended up making the team, and then they found another player or something. I don't know what happened. Something behind the scenes happened, and then I ended up getting cut, and that's when I started questioning if basketball is for me, and do I even like, am I gonna make it, or what am I even doing? Basically, the question like everybody asks themselves when they're lost. And then I went on a walk and just was thinking, why did I even start doing this in the first place? And it was because I loved it. And when you love something, it doesn't matter how many times you fail, or it doesn't matter what adversity you go through. It doesn't matter. What what did you say from the start on where you wanted to be? And that's what you have to think. And that's what I said to myself. In just a matter of 2 months, I got better in ways that I couldn't even imagine. Like, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but in just those 2 months of just putting my head down and working, I got better than some of the people on the team that was on that top team. So,
Mm,
three things that you have to do if you really want to succeed: put yourself first and don't listen to the outside noise. Number two, be consistent and love what you do. You can't have motivation and be like, okay, yeah, because motivation, what are you going to do when the motivation is gone? Then you're just going to go back to your old habits. You have to be consistent, consistent over motivation, because it's a period of time that takes the growth. It's not going to happen in 2 weeks or a week. It's the consistency that got me to where I am now. So, consistency. And then the last thing is God. If you have
mm,
God, a lot of people that I know get that confused to where it's like, oh, I have God in my life. Life is just going to be easy. No, no, I learned that the hard way. I'm just taking advantage of it. God actually puts you through more challenging things. And you're like, why is this happening? Why? God, you're supposed to make it easy for me. But why would God make it easy for you when He can make it hard and you can develop and build off hard things that make you stronger?
mm, I love that. You can develop and build off of hard things. You're right. You're right. Yeah, easy won't develop you. Easy is nice, and we all like easy, but God wants you to develop and mature and to be able to produce. And if you never are carrying any weight, um, you're
How
not
much
going to be strong
stronger
enough
are you
to
really
be.
going to get?
Yeah, yeah. So I got to ask you this. With all of your hard work, especially as a 16-year-old boy, who's in the gym constantly, giving all this time and attention, what do you do to take care of your mental health, your emotional well-being? Because, and we've talked about this, everything can't be basketball.
Just basketball.
That's an aspect of your life, but it's not your whole life. And so
Yeah.
what are you doing, or what kind of what kind of things are you doing as a teenager to kind of take care of you mentally?
And here's the thing. I've learned that just because you love something, it's not your everything. I've learned that the hard way
Mm,
because putting all my energy and all my thoughts into just one thing, basketball, just working out like hard, hard every day, nothing else for a long period of time, you need a break. And I know people hear break and it's like, we don't, there is no breaks. Like, we just need to keep working, but it's not your whole life. There's other life that you need to explore and experience. And I've picked up a lot of things that help me with like other hobbies like cooking, going on walks, walking the dog, just enjoying nature, and also spending time with people that you love. Like spending
yes.
time with people that I love every day and just being around that just pushes you to go harder because I don't even know how to explain it. That love just makes me want to go harder and just achieve all my goals and more. So that's how.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody needs a why. And which is why community is so important, because even if a person doesn't have it in their family, but if there's anybody in your life or things that you care about that push you to keep going towards your goal, you got to nurture those things too. Nurture relationships, nurture people who are always encouraging you, and kind of make that your why of why you keep getting up and why you keep going. So, any last thoughts, Nate, Mr. Nate? Such wisdom. Listen at you, such wisdom for.
I've learned from the best. My soul love coach.
um, I know one of the things you talk about, and you are definitely a witness that all things are possible, especially with you finding out that you are ranked number 96 out of 150.
It doesn't matter where you are, if
Yeah,
you can always get noticed if you just work.
because we were thinking we needed to move to Dallas or we needed to move to Houston to give you opportunity. And what have you learned about opportunity, Nate, when it comes to what God has said?
Opportunity finds you.
Yes.
And that's like really the main thing I learned. It doesn't really matter where you're at. I think something always finds you. So it's not really much I need to say on that. It's just keep working and then just put yourself out there and don't be scared.
Yeah. And keep on nurturing your gift. There's a scripture that says your gift will make room for you and bring you before great men. And again, what you just said is such an example of that. Like you said, keep on working and nurturing and developing your gift, and people will find you. You don't have
Yes.
to be out there chasing and looking for the opportunity. The opportunity will come to you because you've been prepped and you are ready for it.
Yes, exactly.
Well, Nate, this has been great. I like this mother and son kind of dialogue, and, you know, dropping wisdom and gems for the people, doing what I do. And I'm very focused on living on purpose. I am so proud of you, and your focus inspires me. I just want to say to you, keep going, and keep developing even through adversity. Keep moving, and you will get everything God has shown you.
Yeah.
All right, you all. Thank y'all for listening. Let me know what you thought of this conversation, something new, something different. These are different times. And, but we want to still be able to meet you where you're at. And so I pray this conversation blessed you, encouraged you,
We just wanted to
and
send a message.
yes, yes, and allowed you to know anything is possible. Anything is possible if you believe it and if you want it and you don't give up on it.
Yes.
So God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of your day on purpose.